We're going to wait till the 20-second mark just to make sure there's no more swap shenanigans that are going on anywhere. And it does look like, okay, so Corki will be in mid against the Karma. You have Jace against Vladimir up in top lane. So the onus is going to be on Kana to try to make something happen. And interestingly enough, it's looking like it's going to be the LCK that have the responsibility.
And guys, we're going to jump into game number 1 right now. Here we go, right onto the Rift. No whitings, no gyos, nothing like that just yet. Hopefully in future seasons and tournaments we can get back all that fun stuff. But for now, we will be playing.
T1, they are going to get the first dragon of the game. We'll see if they initiate a lane swap off of this right away. It would be a bit early, but the timing would line up for it.
We'll see if he can lock it down.
And Cuz getting a lot of HP and mana back from that honey fruit. Scuttle Crab getting a little hungry himself.
Little snack.
Yeah.
And you can see Faker having a little bit of trouble. That hook was not going to hit him. It hit the little nub of the wall that comes out, but he still flashes away, Cuz. And at the same time, Tien is going.
He's winning in CS as Vladimir against Jace. And Jace matchups are generally measured by how close you can stay to Jace, not by if you can actually beat him or not. So what might happen is because Khan was allowed to push back. So we'll see if anything comes from this. Kana does have Executioners now, so is able to hurt Vladimir, sustain a little bit inside of the lane, but Tien actually just going to start up the Rift Herald, it seems like.
Yeah, and an axe was thrown. It did look like T1 kind of have an idea that this is going on, but they don't really want to contest it just yet, especially because, you know, when you pick a lane bully and you can't bully lane, it's not a great feeling. As we saw Kana thinking about rotating down. He's still here. He's got to be really careful. But, well, looks like he's just going to be okay. As Tiana is going to be able to back away.
The second Cloud Dragon is super important for T1 to get, because then the third Drake is going to be the one that you know. Hold on.
They're collapsing onto Tian. He's going to be forced to blow that ultimate. The casket's not good to knock him out. And the huge shield and heal is going to be enough to get him to safety. That looked like an unsealed spellbook heal coming out from Doinby, full health, and now the return. But in goes Teddy and his support, able to pick up the first blood in the back line. But Doinby and the rest of FPX on the chase. Did they go too deep is the real question here. As Teddy is going to be locked down. Effort will go down here. Faker over the wall, trying to help him out, but there's that turret, and now the visual is going to come out. That's a lot of damage, but no lockdown. And it looks like the mobility of Kalista.
Crisp and LWX very quick to collapse. Teddy and Effort go on to Tien, end up getting that kill there. You can see now in live.
Yeah.
It looks like
fighting for the Cloud Drake, and it is going to go the way of Cuz this time around, but what will be the damage? FPX don't want to go down without a fight here. As Effort is insanely tanky, he doesn't seem to die, and now it's a 4-on-3 as FPX a little bit too desperate to pick up the kills. It looks like T1 will be able to lock down 3 on the back of this. You can see Doinby desperately trying to pick up that kill onto Effort, but it's not going to happen. Now 3-0 is Teddy on the Kalista.
And Teddy this is not a cuddly teddy bear, I'll tell you that much here in this game. 3-0 on the Kalista. And it's really problematic because Kalista and Corki are the two champions you need to worry about most. The Jace you can pretty much ignore in the later stages, especially because he really failed to do anything in the early stages of the game. But that was a very bizarre decision by FPX. After the Dragon went down, okay, cut your losses.
Oh, they really want to pick up this lockdown, or the shutdown rather, and they're going to hand it over to Aphelios. That was really tricky. We saw that Chris was really far away. He didn't have flash, and so Teddy was like, oh, I feel safe. But the heal coming out of LWX, as well as that delayed route from the tricky switch on the guns, means that they pick up that kill. And now with the Rift Herald, but he'll be able to pick up some extra money here in the mid lane as they pick up, it looks like 3 plates as Crisp was looking to even dive the turret at the same time. And the action seems to have really blown up now here after 10 minutes.
Yeah, and we're finally getting some action. Kana also able to get some plates up here in top lane. Tien coming up here, gonna try to maybe make a play happen, but Kana gonna be really quick to try to get out of this. Still has the flash available, he should never die.
Yeah, but the Hex Drinker is going to get him low. He flashes away. Now, Tien delayed a little bit. He hit the ward.
Sensor picked up. Massive for Kindred and Aphelios.
Yeah. It's essentially like you got one ranged support, kind of a mage support in the mid lane that can do a bit of damage, but it's mostly there to support your 280 carries and even the Vlad with the shields. And then you got that engaged tanky support in the bottom side. So that is the way that FPX's team composition does round itself up, as Cuz heavily prioritizing that Rift Herald actually wants to take down this mid-tier 1, but at the same time FPX will be looking to trade the turret down to the bottom side as a little bit of a skirmish here. Tien pretty angry after the way this early game has gone, and he's looking to take names, although Cuz he's not ready to go for the fight. And see, they're still looking to push here. They want to rotate into the mid lane after getting that turret in the bottom side. And this is what we all love about the LPL teams. They love to be proactive and look for plays. They're not going to sit back and make the same play. They want to get as much value as possible. And here we go. They get the turret, but having gone too deep as Chris is going to go down. The Kindred ultimate is too late. And now he's out. Early these Drakes were taken now. We talked about this T1 really prioritizing this, and so far it's been 2 for 0. Tien not really able to land the smite there in the second fight over the Cloud Drake. So you can see T1 going to let them leash here and look for an engage and just poke on the top side as, okay, it's going to be denied by the Valkyrie, and that's a lot of damage.
J-Shock Blast whiffs.
Yeah, it does, but they should be able to lock down this one. The smite is not going to come in just yet. Khan in the front, but now he is low. As T1, they don't necessarily have to fight this, and so they say, we're just going to back away. We got the Infernal Drake, now we're on Drake's Soul in 5 minutes. You know, good for you. You weren't able to really take much from us.
And this is the really scary thing, is that typically 2.5 items, it's online by 23 minutes, but not quite 3. Hold on.
Okay, they're not backing down. They say, T1, you dare fight us in the mid lane. We are going to chop you down like an old oak of a team that you are. As a lot of poke is coming out now in the mid lane, they clear the way.
Maybe he can get a second needlessly large rod prior to the Infernal Dragon fight. See if he can end up doing that. Khan.
Effort's coming as well. He's almost here. The cast is going to come down, but a good flash by Khan. That was close. If he did not flash that one, I think he would.
Is ginormous.
He might pick up his 3rd item here.
Yeah.
I mean, this is going to be pretty insane.
He's got an okay amount of CS right now. 244 at 2150. I'm not quite impressed, you know. I'm thinking, why not 245?
Yeah.
But,
you know,
he does have the 3rd item.
And there it is, by champions like a Corki. So, you don't, okay, we're not poking. We're just going straight into the backside. And LWX just disappears as Tien is going to be late on the ultimate once again. The burst coming in now from the chase is going to be enough, and this is going to be an easy cleanup for T1. As Cuz, though, is going to have to use that heal to get out of dodge here. Khan running straight into it, and Faker coming back in with the teleport. Should be able to take out Khan here as he is under that turret, but he does not have the pool any longer. It's Faker! They're going a little bit too deep after getting the win on that fight there, but still the jungler of FPX is down.
Now, fortunately for them, no one else on the side of FPX has teleport. LWX does not have it, so T1 are still going to be able to get the Infernal Soul, but that was a little bit reckless. Right at the very end there. They're going to pick up this Infernal Soul. Gave Olaf about half a longsword, too.
Spawn 2 on time. As you can see, Faker just going to say, okay, I took that last team fight into my own hands. I guess I'll take this Baron into my own hands. And with Kalista not on the Baron, they're going to say, okay, probably not doing it. But now Teddy is going to rotate over to this objective. When will FPX realize? Now they will, but is it too late? It's now Teddy's on the Baron.
Yeah.
And it's too little, too late. Olaf gonna smite that one down as T1 will pick up the Baron at 25-45.
And now, basically what FPX need to do is, well, no, not escape from the game. That's the opposite of what you want to do. That's not where the surrender button is.
Checking their video settings as to why, you know? It's like, oh, what's going on?
Basically, they need to avoid a team fight until Kindred recalls, gets Black Cleaver, and Karma gets Death Cap.
Okay, they're just going to go for the Olaf here. Again, this is a tank Olaf. It's pretty much pure tank as well, so...
Teddy's just, I mean, he's doing stuff up there.
And look at what they're doing. I mean, they have the poke to deny all these backs. And so, as long as they have vision and they don't overcommit here, they can delay a lot of backs on the side. But Kalista is just going to join up with her team. Not going to push it too far, although I feel like she may have been able to. As Ingo's Faker once again, but there's the leash from the Karma. Ingo's Aphelios. They're considering getting in there, and now Faker is going to go down, but he does trade. As, again, this reckless behavior, Faker is coming in today. He really wants to make it, you know, extremely sure to everybody that he is the one that's going to be making the plays. As Khan wants to try to rival that here, as he is going to have to flash away. But do they have the damage to follow it up here? Finally, the Kindred ultimate is going to come in on time, but there it is. The huge burst damage comes out from Edward, and that's going to be the cast. The menace from the support, as you mentioned, is going to have the damage as T1 will look to push in and end this game.
And T1 are certainly going to be able to do so, I believe, as Aladios is coming up, but I don't think that he can do a lot right now, I'll tell you that much.
No, he's a little bit small this time around. Not really able to do much. He's going to poke down Cuz, doesn't even get the kill. Kana going to come in there and take names, as Zoe not even going to be able to save his life. Will they? Look at how fast Baker is. He's going to go in, pick up the kill, and Baker will get out alive. Gragas is going to give his life, and that's going to be the end of the game. GG, as T1 will pick up the first game here of the mid-season cup, as FPX did put on a pretty nice show.